VPS hosting services are being evaluated differently now. Buyers are asking AI platforms to compare providers, explain reputation, summarize pricing, and recommend shortlists. That means the shortlist is forming earlier, inside AI-generated answers, before many buyers ever reach a provider's website. The August 2026 benchmark shows a category where recommendation power is highly concentrated, and where visibility alone does not guarantee commercial position. Hey, I'm Mark Huntley, founder and CEO of CiteWorks Studio. At CiteWorks Studio, we study how brands show up across Google, AI answers, and the public sources buyers trust before making decisions, and how that visibility turns into credible citations, comparisons, and recommendations. The report studied VPS hosting services across discovery, evaluation, comparison, pricing, and decision stage buyer queries, with 800 prompts tested and 668 eligible observations analyzed. The platforms included ChatGPT, Microsoft Copilot, Google Gemini, Google AI Mode, Google AI Overviews, and Perplexity. This matters because buyers are using these systems as comparison engines. They are asking for the best options, the trusted options, and the alternatives worth considering. For CEOs, CMOs, and growth leaders, the business issue is direct. If AI systems repeatedly advance a competitor as the top choice, that competitor is shaping buyer preference before your sales funnel even begins. The strongest pattern in the benchmark is concentration. Hostinger leads the tracked universe with 84.1% valid recommendation coverage and a 58.5% rank 1 rate. It captures an estimated $242,151 in monthly AI authority value, which represents 32.8% of the total modeled opportunity. IONOS follows with 66.5% valid recommendation coverage and 20.6% of modeled opportunity. Bluehost and DreamHost are also highly visible, but their rank 1 performance is much weaker. Bluehost appears in 69.8% of responses, but ranks first in only 2.5% of observations. DreamHost appears in 64.8% of responses, but ranks first in just 0.15%. The top 5 brands capture 82.5% of modeled category value. That is the strategic takeaway. In AI-led discovery, a small group of providers is receiving most of the recommendation stage advantage. The most important lesson for VPS hosting services is the gap between being mentioned and being recommended. A mention means a company appeared in an AI-generated response. A valid recommendation means the company received positive, shortlist quality recommendation credit. Those are different outcomes. Bluehost and DreamHost show why the distinction matters. Both brands appear frequently, but they are often positioned as secondary options or included in broader lists rather than advanced as the leading answer. DreamHost appears in nearly 2/3 of responses, yet its rank 1 rate is almost 0. Top 3 placement matters because AI answers usually compress consideration into a small number of options. Rank 1 placement matters even more because many buyers treat the first recommendation as the default starting point. The benchmark also makes clear that modeled AI authority value is an estimate. It is based on prompt volume, commercial intent, buyer stage multipliers, and platform weighting. It is not revenue, pipeline, or booked demand. The analysis also shows that performance changes by platform. Hostinger ranks first in 62.7% of Google AI Overviews responses and 61.3% of Google AI Mode responses. IONOS performs especially well on Gemini, ranking first in 25.3% of responses there. Bluehost achieves 84.6% valid recommendation coverage on Perplexity, but ranks first in only 1.1% of Google AI Overviews responses. Google AI Overviews is especially important in the dataset because it carries a modeled monthly opportunity value of $403,725. On that platform, A2 hosting appears in 18.1% of responses, but ranks in the top 3 in 0 observations, and holds an average recommended rank of 8.11. That is a critical leadership point. Prompt level and platform level monitoring matter. A brand can look visible in aggregate and still be commercially weak on the AI surface, where the highest value buyer moments are happening. AI recommendations are shaped by the public evidence layer. The benchmark points to official brand websites, editorial reviews, comparison pages, directories, community forums, Reddit discussions, YouTube and video sources, industry publications, review platforms, and partner or ecosystem pages. Own content helps AI systems understand what a provider offers. Editorial reviews and comparison pages help AI systems differentiate providers. Community discussions and forums contribute real-world experiential evidence. Review platforms add structured trust signals. This is where citation architecture becomes strategic. Providers with consistent, current, and positive evidence across owned, editorial, review, and community sources give AI systems better material to retrieve and synthesize. Providers with thin or inconsistent public evidence are more likely to be omitted, ranked lower, or framed with less confidence. The leadership takeaway is straightforward. Teams and VPS hosting services need to manage recommendation stage visibility, not only traditional search visibility or brand awareness. That means tracking where the brand appears, where it earns valid recommendations, where it reaches the top 3, where it ranks first, which competitors are recommended instead, and which sources are shaping the answer. This benchmark is point in time, and AI outputs can change as platforms, sources, and markets change. But the pattern is commercially important now. If AI systems are forming the shortlist, leaders need to fund the evidence layer that earns shortlist position. If your team wants to understand where competitors are being recommended instead of your brand, CiteWorks Studio can map the prompts, platforms, citations, and recommendation gaps that matter most.